This that late shift, graveyard, pockets on E. This that praying in the driver, God, don't let me bleed. This that thumbnail, live stream, teaching about the teeth of the market while I'm fighting for my family to eat. This that knee brace, aching from the miles in the mud. This that E5 rank that I earned with my blood. This that YouTube grind when the views was a dud. Now we talking about a movement, not a maybe. This a flood. Sacrifice for the riches, that ain't just about the cash. That's about the sleep I gave up just to break a broken past. That's about the liquor I refused when I could've hit the glass. That's about the therapy I took instead of speeding off and crash.
That's the code that I live. Gave my tears, gave my time, gave my body, gave my ribs. For my wife, for my kids, for my people that I live. Ain't nobody gonna stop me, I'ma die before I quit. Sacrifice for riches, put the name on my stone. I was built for all this pressure, I ain't breaking, I'm grown. If you looking for a hero who was carved out of the stones, you can see him in the mirror when you face it on your own.
I was clocking in for bosses that ain't know my middle name. They just saw the numbers hitting, they ain't see the inner strain. Then I turn my pain to content, turn my lessons into game. Now I got a tribe of traders that refuse to play the same. Disco buzzing charts up, members learning how to move. We ain't chasing lotto tickets, we're protecting what we prove. Teaching risk, teaching patience, teaching how to keep you cool. Cause I lost enough myself to write a whole financial school. My sobriety a badge, my resilience a shield. Every L I ever took became a tool I had to wield. When the market tried to break me, I just studied how it killed. Then I built a better system, now I'm walking through the field.
Sacrifice for riches, that's the code that I live. Gave my tears, gave my time, gave my body, gave my ribs. For my wife, for my kids, for my people that I live. Ain't nobody gonna stop me, I'ma die before I quit. Sacrifice for riches, put the name on my stone. I was built for all this pressure, I ain't breaking, I'm grown. If you looking for a hero who was carved out of the stones, you can see him in the mirror when you face it on your own.
When I say sacrifice, you say for riches.
Sacrifice for riches. Sacrifice
for riches, from the trenches to the digits. When I say process, you say over profit.
Process over profit. Process
over profits, we ain't stopping till we locked it. From the runaway son to the soldier in the dirt, to the husband with a white queen fighting through the hurt, to the father of 2 daughters that he put in every verse, to the trader and the teacher helping others break the curse. I'm the sum of every scar they tried to use to hold me back. I'm the voice of every kid who had to grow up in attack. I'm the proof that if you're willing to go all in on the path, you can lose a couple battles and still never lose your track.
Sacrifice for riches, that's the code that I live. Gave my tears, gave my time, gave my body, gave my ribs. For my wife, for my kids, for my people that I live. Ain't nobody gonna stop me, I'ma die before I quit. Sacrifice for riches, put the name on my stone. I was built for all this pressure, I ain't breaking, I'm grown. If you looking for a hero who was carved out of the stones, you can see him in the mirror when you face it on your own.
Yeah. They watch the winds. But never read the margins. Yeah. I learned patience staring candles that don't move. Minutes feel like hours when the discipline's the proof. I don't chase green numbers, I chase clarity and truth. Every loss.
Hey, what up, though? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? It's been a long day for your boy, but I decided to go live anyway. Let me make sure. Let's get this like that. All right. 1 2 1 3. Can you hear your boy Real? Let me check on some things. Whew, it's been a long day. All right. So this is an impromptu live stream, right? I've been live a lot, actually. We did a live training session. We did a live trading session this morning, and then we also did our first live Leviathan session, but it's more introductory and equipment checks. But we still live traded futures, and we crushed it. So all good. It all works out. Let's wait for some people to get in here. I'll check the chats. I have to get my chat window set up, and I'll be right with you. While you're waiting, please hit the like, hit the subscribe, notification bell, all that good stuff, right? But Rel is very chill right now. Very chill. It's a long day. But let's get this. I'm gonna get my chat up, and then we'll be good to go. Pop out. All right, so for everybody that's here, so one, this is a public live stream, so there should be members of the Discord, should be a little KGU in here, should be a little public, there's some subscribers in here, and maybe we might get a couple of stragglers that just stumble across the channel. We get some new subscribers or whatever, that'd be great. But shout out to Roll Life, I see you, big dog. Denise Queen, I see you. Had a great day. I know you did. I know you did. I seen that 52% gain, Queen. You keep it up. You keep doing what you got to do. All right. I don't know how many people are here. Sometimes there's a lag or delay. But if you're here and your name, if you're a subscriber and not a member, put a 1 in the chat. Let me know who you are. If you're a KGU, put a hashtag KGU in the chat. Let everybody know where you're from. All right. All right, so today I might have to repeat this. Hey, mama. My mama's in the chat. I got a mission. I got a personal mission for my mama. Something I'm doing, do the best I can. Because your mama is your ultimate queen. That's just what it is. KGU in the house. All right, I sent out some of the links. 17 in the chat. Appreciate that, Roll Life. Miss Philly, you always showing up. Miss Philly, let them know. I think you were in the live trading session. Let them know. Let them know, Queen. Put a fire emoji in the chat, Miss Philly, if you think the live trading session was fire. Same to you, Tank. I think I seen you. JC, I see you, big dog. Mr. Alpha, I see you. If y'all were in the live trading session, put a fire emoji in the chat. Because I've heard nothing but good things. So, hey, thanks for giving my mama a shout out. All right. Queen Arlene, I see you. All right, so the agenda today, y'all, is a quick Q&A for the most part. And then I'm going to go through, it'll be very, very brief, as far as what the trade was this morning that we took. It was an Nvidia trade. We took put options, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was put options. And then from there, your boy has to put his kids to bed. And then I may hop back on for a Discord exclusive live stream just to touch on a few things. Actually, that if I do stream again, is going to be a stream for KGU and all of Sacrifice for Riches. And the main reason is because I know not everybody's a Megalodon, and I know not everybody's a doctorate, and I know there's new people coming into this game all the time, and it's not really necessarily privy to certain information, and it's hard out here. Not everybody can afford or want to afford right now, like to upgrade into a higher tier for memberships or whatever. But ultimately, we as, you know, we that have this platform, right? We have to remember that it's about helping everybody. So I hope people know that I do go out of my way to do more when I can. So I'll do what I can to help everybody. I will do what I can in this next live session to just give people a foundational understanding of what what to do or what to look for or whatever. Maybe ask a few questions, but that would be for members only, for KGU and Sacrifice for Riches. Again, doesn't matter if you are a minnow, a dolphin, an orca, hell, a channel supporter, a bachelor, OG, doctorate, dean's lister, crown, whatever you are. It doesn't matter who you are. You just have to be a member of one of the two communities, all right? I love the fire emoji in the chat. Let's go. Let's go. All right, so we say, Sir King Grace. Okay, what's up, Money? All right, Money Bag Crash. All right, Queen Arlene, I love the fire. Denise, the fire. All right, shout out Mama. I see you said something about her earlier. Oh yeah, I gotta let the family know that my mom's always on my mind. Right, my mom's always on my mind. You know, so the moves I make now is with my mama in mind. My family's straight, right? We're gonna make sure that we're more straight, but I gotta make more moves because I love my mama, right? Yes, JC, we did eat. I was at work and missed the Nvidia and silver trade. It's okay. It's okay. Money, you can play it down or play it up. Roll Life has been doing this day in and day out. He already know. And everybody that know, already updated people with the next leg up for silver. So, all right. So, however many people are in the chat, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, notification bell. This is your boy Stocks for Real, Sacrifice for Riches. I am ready to go. So before I kick into like some charts and stuff like that, I want to spend a couple minutes to see if there's any questions within the chat. It can be in relation to me. I'll share whatever I'm willing to share. It can be in relation to technical analysis. If you want to pitch in a specific stock, you can. It just depends on what it is and how much time we have. If it's questions about the app, Sacrifice for Riches app, there's a link. It's app. I'll just put the link in the comments. So if you're interested, it's a free journal tool, but there's so much more there than just journaling. But I will go ahead and make sure that you have access to see what's going on there. Let's go. App comes and then boom. So for those that don't know, the app is there. It's a free journaling tool, but that's also where I would post some of my swing trades. If you never see me do it, your boy's gotten 1,000% returns before, and I know there's about 10 people within this chat alone that's seen me do it. It's not uncommon for me to get home runs. They're not guaranteed, but at the end of the day, they happen more frequently than they don't. Right, so there's a link if you're interested. Some of the swing trades are there. It is tier dependent, but at the very least, if you need a place to journal or whatever, there you go. All right, so 24, 23 likes. I love that 1-to-1 ratio. I appreciate everybody doing me the courtesy and hitting that like button, because that's pretty much all I ask. There is a support button down there. By all means, if you want to use it, go for it. I'm just bringing attention to it. No shame in my game. Just letting you know, buttons exist, right? And then if you do sign up for the app, I do want you to know that in the settings there is an area to where you can donate towards like the app and the community. Essentially, everything that I get just gets pumped back into this somehow. So that's just what it is. And then YouTube, they take 30%, just so y'all know if you don't know. In the app, I'm just charged a transaction fee of 3%. So yeah. Okay, so what kind of questions do we have, if any? Yes, we ate. I think we came up 25% the first time, and technically Nvidia ran for probably the home run But we ran out of time and I had to get off. But we did run it up a second time for, I want to say, 35 to 40 some percent. So shout out to everybody who ate off the Nvidia play this morning. I'm going to walk y'all through that today in just a moment. How does multiple accounts on futures work and payouts? JC, you're a member. That's going to be a member question, right? So I'll keep it brief. Multiple accounts work on futures. So I'll answer it. So it depends on the futures account that you have. There's restrictions as far as how many accounts you can have. I personally use Apex because they allow me to trade up to 20 accounts. You can have as many accounts as you want, but you can only copy trade 20. You can only copy trade with Apex 20 accounts at one time. So you would need to purchase the evals, and then you would have to then purchase a trade copier, and then you would have to sync it all up, and then you pretty much control one account that pretty much is like the master of all the other accounts. But it can be tricky. You can have syncing issues. I've had a screw up before and it ticked me off. And those that know, I don't even want to get into it because that's a sour taste in my mouth right now. But mistakes can be made if you're not careful. But also do know you have to pay for each one of those accounts for an eval. And then if you pass them all, then you also have to pay for each one of those for a funded account. And all that takes time and all that takes money. So it is an investment. If you're new to futures, I wouldn't do it. I would just start with one account and make sure that you can be consistently boring for a long period of time before you go ahead and risk the bag, because all you're doing is just blowing up multiple accounts at one time versus just one, right? But hopefully that. Oh, as far as the payouts go, man, I've had 4 opportunities for a payout and I got denied all 4 times, right? So first of all, for those that are new to me, like I'm completely trained. I'm 100. Like I'm not gonna pretend like I'm somebody I'm not. I'm not going to kind of hide behind some fake narrative or give you some false information about like my experiences and stuff like that. Essentially, I've been denied 4 payouts. Each one of them came with some type of emotional type of like charge with me, and that was like in the past. Actually, it was back in 2024, and then I had to take a pause for futures because it was a roller coaster of like either personal outside forces controlling my trading, or it was me being denied payout and then going through the rigmarole with prop firms to try to get my money. Like, so the last instance, just for example, my last payout, I did everything right? I hit all the rules, right? And I'm eligible for a payout. But right at the day that I'm to request a payout, I get an email saying that now they want proof of my trades, right? So now they wanted me to trade for 7 more days, right? They wanted me to trade for 7 more days, and then screenshot and or record and annotate like everything that I'm doing, and then they wanted me to email them all of this information. I was pissed off to start, but it's like, you know what? I've been doing it consistent, not a problem, right? So I did this, and then I think I got to like day 6, but by day 6, I didn't get a response. I wasn't getting anything back. I was just emailing this email address that they told me to email. So then I follow up with the separate support of that prop firm, and then that took forever for them to come back. Turns out it was during a period where this prop firm wasn't paying people and everybody was having difficulties. I don't know what they were going through, but it was what it was. But turns out that they didn't receive any of that information, and then they wanted me to, I guess, resend it. So I did, And then like, so each time I had a communication with them, there was like several days or sometimes a week or more before I received any information back. And that just became like a that started to affect me, right? So it just you know how somebody strings you along, it felt like that. So I've had some bad experiences, and sometimes things have led to some self-sabotaging on my part. So that is what it is. So as far as how payouts work, I'm going to tell you this right now. Your boy has not received a payout. The only payout I can receive is if I have a cash account, and then I can trade that, which I do have a cash account for futures through Trade-Evade. But I want to copy trade. So I'm going at it again. I gave myself time. I gave myself the grace of space, so I can make sure that when I get back into this, that I am of sound mind, and I am ready and willing to be very boring in my trading. So, and that's where we are right now. Before I started with these 20 accounts, I did give myself 2 other challenges, to which I kept the Discords up to date. I passed those challenges, so I did what I wanted to do. Now I've validated me having 20 accounts, and now I'm just kind of go through my thing, okay? But hopefully that answers your question. Sometimes I share too much, but it is what it is. I don't care. Hey, Ma, I love you too. Everybody have a good night. You get some sleep, Mama. I love you too. Okay, and I'm gonna ask for a few more questions, then we're gonna get into that, the Nvidia play, and then we're gonna go from there. Again, if you're just tuning in, please hit the like and the subscribe button. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Moneybag says, JC, hopefully that answers your question. And JC, also know that I am live trading futures with the Leviathans. So if you're interested in that, then Megalodon is the first step, and then going into the app and signing up for the Leviathan tier is step 2. Okay. But if you're interested in that, just let me know before you do it, so I make sure you do it right. Got questions about owning certain stocks, so I'm gonna wait and listen for a sec. All right, big dog. Good night to Mama. Yep, bad business. What it sound like? Yes, it is bad business, big dog. And you know, when this is an emotional game, your emotions really have to be in check, right? And I could handle X for so long, but then when you get in the left right hook from outside forces, rather it's like family, rather it's your employer, rather it's like I'm in the army, or I was in the army, so I deal with the VA. Like anything can kind of like piss in my Wheaties, and like, and it really takes a lot. But if everything kind of comes at me at one time, you know, bad decisions can be made if you're trading. So, and that's what happens. It was Apex, but I think they've since fixed some things, because I do know I've seen they have a new interface. The website is up to date. Things are processing faster. I can just tell that things have been fixed, but I gave it a break. I even started to shop around with different like prop firms. But anyway, I'll let y'all know how it goes. For those that are in the Discord, you will know. For those that are Leviathans, you will definitely know, because I keep you posted. You've seen me time and time again go green on these 20 accounts, and I've not had a red day yet. And you know, knock on wood, but I've had red sessions that turned green, but I've never end or closed my session red. Let's see. Yes, thanks, Real. Okay, money. So what do you think about GCTK, and LAC? So you're talking about lithium, and you're talking about gold, and then you're talking about the crypto platform Gemini. I own a few shares of each. Well, I think GCTK, I believe that's gold, right? Well, I mean, that's a commodity. The US dollar is only getting weaker as of right now. Depends on what happens with this whole oil situation. Oil? talk about no oil. No, anyway. So commodities is a good hold for long term. I've been talking about silver forever. So shout out to y'all that was with me talking about silver since like $14. Lithium, that fell to $4 and some change, and I think it's back up to $6. That's going to be a long-term hold too. You just got to wait it out. I mean, it's not bad to hold those positions. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I don't think it's not safe, right? Gemini, I talked about Gemini. I talked about it before IPO, so you should consider looking back at those videos. But I gave you the rundown. I gave you guys my grade on the company. I gave you my thesis as far as how it's going to end up, what was going to happen pre and post IPO, and then just my experience with the app or whatever prior to. So I'm not a big fan. I understand we're in a crypto space, but I don't think they're about to be a disruptor for companies like Coinbase, right? Or Crypto.com or whatever, right? So I'm not touching that. I wouldn't put money into it, but you can, right? Do your own due diligence, and if you have a high conviction, then stick to that. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. You do your research. If your research tells you to hold that stock, then hold that stock, big dog. Because if you sell because somebody else told you to sell and that thing shoots up, you're gonna be mad. So if you're gonna be mad at anybody, be mad at yourself. Don't be mad at nobody else. All right, that's all I gotta say about that. I've seen oil slide hard. Yep, it's kind of like one of those reverse psychology things. So buy the rumor, sell the news, right? So oil could take a plummet, but we have all this geopolitical BS that's going on right now, and the U.S. is trying to. So hold on. Here's a quick history lesson. Well, let's see. All right, so let me make sure I'm good. So I did learn some stuff. My wife had put me on game on like a video about like the history of like the U.S. and oil or whatever and what it all means. But essentially, with this oil thing, is Venezuela about oil? Well, yes, but at the same time, it's more about what's going on with the U.S. dollar, right? So right now you have a group of countries, Russia, China, I think North Korea, I gotta double check, but a few others, right? They're all trying to get off of the U.S. dollar as being the primary national currency, right? World currency. This was triggered, right, when essentially we, the people, U.S., our government, froze the assets of Russia, right? And I'm not going to start saying political people's names because then I'll bring attention that I really don't want. But essentially, they wasn't having that, right? When you're freezing assets of another country, you have that much power over somebody and you're not minding your business. It's one thing to support another country in a war, but it's another story when you're freezing their assets. So we are just kind of like what we're doing in the States. We're kind of, or in the country, our country, we're I guess we're being, what's the word you want to use? We're misusing our power, or just we're abusing it. Not just here, but everywhere. That's an opinion, right? Whether you agree or you disagree, whatever, it doesn't matter. But that's kind of like thank you. Brazil? I don't know. Maybe. India? Okay. But anyway, they don't like that, right? So let's say this, the Brits, thank you, Roll Life. Appreciate that, big dog. That's what it is, the Brits. So that's what started that Brit system. So essentially, they're trying to get off the U.S. currency and trying to make a different currency the primary currency. And I think the talks is of the yen. The yen is supposed to be, they're trying to make that the primary currency. So, but here's the deal. Those meetings were taking place, right? And things were happening. Like for the trades, as far as trades go, like we've been left out of certain things, of certain trade deals or whatever, and they've kind of just been hot swapping together and leaving the U.S. out, right? Well, the U.S. don't like that, right? Our government don't like that. We need to be the head of the table, not left out of the table and out of the conversation. So how do you regain control and make sure that the US dollar doesn't become worthless, right? Well, oil. Why? Well, because Venezuela is the world's largest holder of, I think, heavy oil in the world, right? It goes Venezuela, there's one more, and then there's Russia, if I'm not mistaken. So like there's there's a tier of countries that hold the majority of the oil in the world, right? And by taking over whatever Venezuela has, that puts the US at the very top. And they have a type of oil that is needed that pretty much the US then plans to regain control because they're going to force other countries to buy now our oil, Venezuelan oil, that we've confiscated, whatever, struck a deal with them. They'll get a percentage, whatever, but they plan to do that and force them to buy our oil in USD, right? So they're trying to put the US dollar back on top. So right now we're not there. This is why oil is tanking right now. Instead, as far as the pricing, if that's what's happening, I wasn't really paying attention to ZOM or anything like that, because I'm just letting things settle. But there's things that are still not handled yet, right? We still don't know who's going to get the government contracts to extract the oil, and and all the other stuff. There's so much to it, but essentially, it's a play on the pretty much the world stage about. And the primary purpose is to make sure that our dollar doesn't become weak. So, and without that, there's really nothing stopping the BRICS from like continuing to doing what they're doing and having these closed door meetings or whatever, and just trading around us essentially. So, we want to hike up tariffs, so be it. We'll just get our stuff from over here. No big deal, right? It's kind of what's been going on. It's a little battle between the countries. The U.S. is trying to stay on top. So that being said, that's why commodities are hot. That's why you see silver and gold going up, and they're non-stopping, and I don't think they're going to stop anytime soon. Silver might hit $100 before within the next 2 months, right? So just keep your eye out on that. Look for the dips. If you want to buy commodities, then there's never a perfect time to buy. The one thing I don't think is going to happen is that silver is going to fall all the way back down to $15. Why? Because there's a shortage, right? And there's a high demand for it, right? The more we have in solar, AI, these chips, these like all of this stuff, all the infrastructure that we have, the more silver we're going to need. So just keep that in mind when you stole that shit. It's not funny. It's not funny. All right, Trump ain't gonna be going for being left out. Yeah, he a bully. He a bully, but it's not okay. But I'm you know what? I'm not gonna speak on that. You know how you got that friend that you don't want to mess with, right? You got that friend that if he hits you, it's over. Like you be like, man, I'm glad that friend is on my side. Like it's kind of like that, unfortunately, but it is what it is. I don't see silver falling no time soon. No. Okay. So anyway, based on a gold-backed currency. Yep. Low life. A little something about a little something. Yeah. Roll life. He stayed looking at the news. BRICS is a group of leading emerging economies, currently comprising of. Thanks for this ChatGPT response. We need the details. I appreciate you adding that clarification. So We got Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Indonesia, United Arabs, and Saudi. Wow, that's a lot. And then now think about where our conflicts are right now. Ironic, right? But anyway, like 50 Cent, yeah. Yeah, we petty. We petty. Let's get to Nvidia. Hey, don't be controlling my stream, big dog. Like, hey, let's wrap it up. Hey, don't get me to wrap it up, big dog. All right, we getting there though. 2 silver trades today, 2 different accounts, 57%, 70%. Hey, shout out to you, Denise. Queen, I'm so happy that you stuck with it. But let's get into it. Like money's trying to hurry this up. So me too. All right, let's see here. I probably won't have time, but we will see. Can you hear me okay? Mic check, 1, 2, and 3. And is my music too loud? If so, I'll turn it down. Yeah, I gotta be quick. I gotta put my kids to bed. All right, so let's look at this. Man, I just missed this run on futures. Yep, I was available for it. All right, let's move over. No sense front and cash, so let's go. Okay, music a little loud. I got you. Is that better? Put a 1 in the chat if that's better. Okay, I think I'm getting some delays. But put a 1 in the chat if the music's still loud, so I know. Okay, I got you. All right, give me a minute. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna get to the music. All right, if you guys are interested in joining the community, there is the link, so you don't need to look for it. I think there's a plus button though too. All right, music is down, so you should be able to hear me just fine. Nah, you on point, boss. No delays. Okay. All right, I just turned it down, so hopefully this is good. All right. Okay, so Nvidia. So what did we do? So this morning, this is the 30-minute. Let's go to the 45-second. Right. And we're doing it for 45 seconds because this is kind of what we played today. And we played it right here. All right. So essentially, I have my levels. Let's zoom out so you can see what my levels are. And if you guys want to screenshot these levels, go for it. But essentially, I have my high, which is 196. And then I have a low for Nvidia being 164. So this is my trading range essentially. Right. And in between this, I have my my take profit targets. So this technically should be green. Let me go ahead and update this. And this would be an early TP. Early TP. Let me just make sure I get my stuff labeled because I made this during the stream. And that is fine. Okay, and then I typically dice this up. All right, so essentially with Nvidia, I have an alert that's set and says big time alert. Okay, when this alert goes off, this is my personal trading view chart. When that alert goes off, yeah, I know it's a big range, but hey, look, you got to be there. the range is designed. I'm a swing trader, big dog. So let's just put it like that. So I have a big range, and these levels are important to me. So I'm not trying to snipe or scalp. Nvidia, I'm trying to knock it out of the park, right? Like I'm trying to get home runs if I can, and I'm gonna find a way, right? So this is my way. You can do it your way, whatever your ways are, right? So essentially, when this alert hits, it's a big time alert. In the Discord, they got this message. I said this is where we check our bias on Nvidia. If we hold above, we're bullish. If we confirm below, we're bearish. Think leap options, and this is an opportunity to load up on shares if we hold. So what am I saying? Once we hit this level, if we bounced here and found some strong support, a potential opportunity for us to load up on some shares or hop into some calls. If we fell below, it's an opportunity to hop into either a leap put or at least give yourself 1 to 2 weeks out to give yourself some time. Now today it actually moved pretty fast, which was great, right? So we were triggered when I logged in. This triggered, right? Let's see, what time is this? It's today Wednesday. I'm gonna make sure I'm on the right day. Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right? So this is it. Oh, this is 65 minutes. So this is the area right here. Okay. So on the 65 minute, this doesn't really look attractive for a play right away. But when I was on my 45 second, because I look at a closer time frame when we are crossing one of my key levels, this is what it looks like, right? On 45 second, we came down, we were loading up the live stream, and we essentially, hold on, was this the one? 1 second. Actually, we got in right here off of this candle. Once we seen the bearish momentum cross this level right here at 183.47, we hopped into shorts. Okay, then we played this down, and then we waited for this candle to close. Actually, we got in once we start to see a little green. So when it retraced here, we kind of tightened our stop loss. Now, I'm talking to the community while I'm live trading, and I'm telling them, technically, my stop loss is confirmation above this level. However, we know how finicky this market can be. It could turn around on a dime. So one thing I didn't want to do was risk gains when I was trading for educational purposes. So we took our profits down here. Okay, we took our initial profits down here. This was about a 27% return. I think I escaped with about 22%. But that was a nice run. It was a nice move on that contract. I believe it was a $180 strike at first. Then we retraced. And then what we did, I talked it through. I told everybody that I'm looking to re-enter puts on this play if we fail to confirm above the level. So sure enough, we run up. People that weren't on a stream, people that were just trading, probably thought we were going to take off. You see a few solid bars, but for me, during the live, I'm telling everybody, look what's happening, right? Hold up, I'll show you. I'm telling them, look what's happening. One, we have the prices going up, but volume is going down, right? So I'm giving them these hints that this is just retracement. There's other indicators that we have that we use that I was able to identify and highlight to them, letting them know why my thought process was the way it was. So what do? We waited for this bar to close, right? Actually, we waited close to close. Like, so once we came back and I start to see bearish momentum, right? And we start to get around here and then break out of this supply zone, we re-entered our position. We actually got a better position by waiting for the confirmation. So first run, 25% gains on a stop loss. And then the second run, we got in right at this line, and then we rode this wave pretty much down to here. I think I ran out of time, and I really had to get going. So, but the play wasn't dead. I let everybody know that it wasn't dead, but I had to get going, and I couldn't babysit the position. So I ended up having 2 positions here, 2 contracts on this first move. Then on this move, I reduced it to 1. The reason why I reduced it to 1, just so people would know, like, I was showing them how, like, if I'm not accepting of like my initial exit and I don't want to give back my gains, then I'm probably going to size down and then just let it be like a runner, act as a runner, and then take care of business. So sure enough, here we go. And if you were there, you were there. Actually, we might have we ran it down to here. I want to say we ran it down to here. It just chopped up a little bit. This is the 45 second. So we did this, and then the moment we seen this candle right here, right? This was like an opportunity to hop out because it's like a bullish engulfing. Now again, we're on the 45 second, and I'm telling everybody this, and I'm letting everybody know that your true stop loss would be above this level, right? But I had to log off. I couldn't babysit it anymore. I was happy with my then 40-something% gain. And then if everybody stayed in and rode that wave, shout out to them, right? Because we came on down. So that's kind of what happened. Hold on, is that? I'm pretty sure that's when I got off. Because I made this too, and I can't remember when and why or where I made this, but I definitely was not. I don't think I was on a live at this point. Was I? This is late. No, I wasn't on a live. Wonder why I have this made right here. Because I definitely made this today. At 10 a.m. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. That was the play, essentially. Okay? So, I know a lot of people ate during that. But we got out at the right time, because then after we fell down, we hit our early take profit target. And then we kind of just traded sideways. And we don't like to be stuck in this position, right? When we're dealing with theta, right? And short-term contracts. But we had a symmetrical triangle, and we were looking for the breakout. And anybody that's been in my classes before, you understand that, and I think I called this out too, probably to the Discord, but we understood that this would be the take profit target of 180.92, and then likely it would shoot back up through it, and that's exactly what it did. So, and then it just came back to retest our level here, 183. The moment that this hit, unfortunately, my alert didn't hit for me to hop back into a play, but if it did, no, I wouldn't have. This happened at end of day, so I wouldn't have touched this going into close. But if I did, it would have been like a YOLO, and I would have gave myself some time. I wouldn't have had a contract that expired on Friday. Put a 1 in the chat if that makes sense. And if it doesn't, I'm gonna say you had to be there. Like, I don't know. Ellie says, how might Nvidia react to the news from today about the tariffs, and do you still stick with your levels? I'm not worried about the news. I stick to my levels no matter what the news says. Okay, hit the like button for your boy. I appreciate that, Arthur. Good evening, KGU. I see you. Ooh, I'm mad I missed that. Straight pressure. Hey, if you're a doctorate member in KGU money, just go to the Crown Live, and then you can watch through how it went. I'm telling you that how I explained it during the live stream when it was actively happening probably was a little smoother than what I just explained right now. So if you're KGU, go to the Crown Trader live stream channel. Go to my latest video. If it's available, great. But sometimes processing takes a little longer. And then speed through if you want, but it happened pretty quick. Like, it's pretty much as soon as we loaded up, we were pretty much close to ready for that play. So check it out. If you were in the Sacrifice for Riches Discord, then you can go ahead and, I'm debating on if I'm gonna have my editor cut something up from that video so people can have some public information from it, right? So you can learn from it. But if you're Megalodon and Sacrifice for Riches, then you will have access to that video under the Elite channel. Okay. I appreciate the ones, and y'all let me know that it makes sense. Yes, it was live in intraday supply zone during live. Okay. Yep. Thank you. So I did this during live. That means I was on the live for way too long. Yeah. So, hey, Can you remind me, Ramesh? Did we take this all the way down here? Yeah, we did. Yep. Yeah, we did. So we grabbed this, we grabbed this, and then we actually took this all the way down. Yeah, we took this all the way down. But I established our intraday supply zone and pretty much said that if we have bullish momentum through it, then we're looking to use this as our stop loss, essentially. Okay. All love, Ace. And then that's what we did. We just, yep. Thanks, Ramesh. Yeah, we destroyed it. I sold myself short, y'all. I said that we got this move, and I said that we got this move, but in reality, we caught it all. We caught the whole thing during the live stream, so you guys can check it out. Because then, yeah, that's why I made this, and pretty much I use this as my stop loss. Did I either did that, I'm sorry, recollection, or I set a 5% stop loss once we hit our target. I think I set my 5% stop loss once we hit our target, and then I drew this out and explained to everybody what was happening. So I took max profit probably around here, and then I drew this up for the family and let everybody know what was up because I had to get going. Okay. Okay. And I'm going to do that. I'm tagging this for myself, y'all, just so you know. Just give me a minute. Okay, that tells me enough. All right, so yes, we hit our profit target. Man, that's a beautiful thing. And you said, let me out. I was trying, yeah, I remember now. I was trying to get out. And 5% was too much. 5% of like $200 or whatever it was. I'm like, yeah, no. I was trying to tighten that stop loss. So I think I just kept tightening it beyond 5%. So I probably took about 3%. Maybe 2% as far as like my stop position after we hit this and we wicked back above our entry take profit target. So, but yeah, that was it. That was Nvidia, and we get down like that 4 times a month minimum. Okay, I do live trades 4 times a month minimum. I do now do future live trades, but that is going to be for a specific group of people. If you are like a member in a Megalodon and you're kind of new and like you want to see some previous like future trades, there is a playlist for that within the members tab, so you guys are privy to that information. I trade very similar to I did before, but I trade a little cleaner than I did back then. So but you can see how I used to do things and how I do things now. I have to get going. I'm going to leave it like 2 minutes for questions. And then if I have time, I'll go back live for detailed Q&A for the Discords and the members, essentially. If you're not a member, consider becoming one. If you're KGU, then you're good to go. Don't leave KGU. If you want to like join this as well, then great. But don't ever leave KGU for my community college, because that's what we are. We're small. Missed this. Any more live trades this week? No. Nope. No live trades this week. Next live trade is likely next Wednesday. If you need to know, most of my live trades are going to be Wednesdays for options. For futures, that's going to be a mixed bag. Sometimes it'll be a Sunday. Sometimes it'll be. It just depends on how the market's moving. I'm not going to force any future trades or whatever, but if you guys are familiar with futures, then let me see if I can show you this. Let's see if I can add this in here. Now I did this I did this live for the Leviathans, and it's not much, but it is what it is, right? So let's go picture, screenshot, and but I can show you a bunch of stuff. 1 second. So we got that guy. So that was from was it last night or 2 nights ago? I don't remember. It's 86 points. But that was like the second leg. We actually ran the play multiple times. So that was another example where I started off with multiple contracts and then I trimmed down to one, and that one ran for 86 points. And if you know 86 points like on NQ, I know this is MNQ, but I'm getting used to my equipment and live trading. So 86 points, but on NQ that would have been like 1720 for one trade, right? But I have a copy trader, so let me see here, and I'll show you an example of what that is. Yeah, so then we have copy trading that occurs where I can take like 20 trades or 20 accounts and trade across them, right? And then you add that up, 232 times 20 accounts, so that's $4,600. That would have been. But again, like, I am slow and steady with this account, and I'm just making very decisive, boring moves. This one happened to be an amazing play that just kept running, and I just timed it properly. So, but a lot of them I'm cool with just $30 to $100. I can get more than that, but I'm being very conservative in my trading, and I'm trying to stay boring so I can do what I need to do for me and mine and my mama. So that's what that's about. Getting real boring around here. Typically, ask me in the Discord. I'm not going to talk about any live trading stuff here. If you have any questions about any of our live sessions, just ask me in the Discord. Just found out you were here. Thanks for this morning. It took me time to process, but it worked. Hey, Tony Love. Hey, I'm happy it worked out for you. Thanks for showing up during the live trading session and popping in here to show love too. Appreciate that, big dog. What's up with Meta? I heard some news today about losing employees. Meta's cutting a whole bunch of people, but that's going to be a reoccurring theme for the year. There's going to be a ton of layoffs. Microsoft just did it too. Essentially, with AI, a lot of these jobs are they're about to be chewed up. So you guys are about to see a ton of layoffs. But between Google, Microsoft, any big tech company, it's a wrap for a lot of people. Okay, just know that. But understand, right? Understand what that means. People think, oh man, they're laying off a bunch of people, so the stock is gonna go in the toilet. Well, yeah, probably off the immediate news, but in the grand scheme of things, that company is controlling their net, right? They're trimming, right? They're saving a lot of money by not paying all the salaries and everything that comes with it, right? Instead, they have AI and AI agents that are actually doing more of the legwork now. You're seeing a lot of agentic stuff that's happening. So that's going to be a recurring thing for this quarter. Okay, so don't be surprised when you see 600,000 or 6,000 or 60,000 employees, 100,000 employees laid off, whatever. It's just going to happen. Winning is not boring. I love that. Winning is not boring. I love that. You're sure that was a swing trade tonight, Snipe? No. Okay, so understand me. My structures, my TA, my technical analysis, my view of the market is of a swing trader's mindset. However, I can scalp in day trade, right? So like it's a choice, right? So I'm not about to like go into in depth, but yeah, that was more of like that was a day trade. A scalp would have been within, I don't know, 3 minutes. I think the first one was maybe like a scalp. It took some time. For me, a scalp is something within like 5 minutes, right? Within 3 to 5 minutes. Nah, I'll say under 3 minutes, right? And then a day trade is anything over 5, because that's just a long time for me. But yeah, I can play scalps or day trades off of my swing trade levels and make money. If that's all I need in the day, that's what I'll do. Otherwise, I mean, if I see it going down more, if I want to hold overnight, then I have the option to do so. If I want to leave that much risk on the table. But let's see here. Do you go over futures in the Discord, like how to do it, etc.? That's happening with Leviathans, Ace, in due time. So you probably want to be a part of that group if you're interested. But I am going through my process and in tackling personal challenges so that I am more comfortable, and then I can teach the way that I want to teach. I can eliminate a lot of the noise that comes with futures and simplify it in a way that works for other people. Because if it works for me, it can work for somebody else. It's the same thing with options. My process, my approach is very simplistic. I think it's very easy to pick up, but it just takes time and patience, like anything else. But that'll be the same approach I'm going to have to the futures game. Okay, so if you follow me for options and you like the way I approach the game with options, then you might want to sign up to be Leviathans, because I intend to have the similar like style of approach essentially with futures. Okay, that includes going over what the prop firms are. That includes setting up the accounts. That includes setting up your charts for you to have set strategies, which is intended so you don't need to think so much or use more brain power than you need. Everything that I plan to teach is designed to simplify everything, to take the emotions out of it, if that makes sense. I plan to show you what my strategy would be to start with one account and how I would go ahead and get that eval passed. Then I would tell you about the same thing to get it funded, and then we would work on consistencies going forward with that 1 or 2 accounts, whatever. Then we transition from there and we start talking about copy trading. Not 20 accounts to start, maybe 3 accounts, then 5 accounts, then 10 accounts, then then we'll work our way into those processes so it all makes sense. This isn't going to happen overnight. This is a marathon, not a sprint. So if you want to be on that journey with me, become a Megalodon, and then also go ahead and then get on the app and then sign up to be the Leviathans, because that is exclusive for the Leviathan tier. And all that stuff that I'm going over with Leviathan is going to be accessible in the masterclass section within the app. Okay, so if that makes sense, there's an education hub within the app that's going to have all that information. There is no plan to do this for anybody else, right? There can be discussions on that, but as of right now, this is what the plan is at this moment in time. It makes the stock go up. Yeah. Okay. Do you get to trade futures with the Megalodon tier? No. Sometimes they get previewed. So I've traded recently with the Megalodon tier, but most of that's going to be Leviathans. I might do it with the Megalodons a couple times just so they can see what we're doing in the Leviathan tier, just to see if I can establish some type of interest and then see if people are wanting to upgrade. But outside of that, that's additional time, that's additional stress, that's additional setup, and it's more work for me. And you already know how I get down. A lot of people will trade, and then they will just tell you that they're entering a trade, and they'll tell you that they're exiting a trade. But if you know me, if you follow my trade, then you know that I show you my full screen. You have my phone. You see me on Webull. You see me look for the contract. You see me select the contract. You see me place a bid or an order on said contract. You see me set the stop loss on the contract. You see me move and update my stop loss. Like, all of it's live and active, and that same type of transparency is going to be there for the futures as well. If I can't do it that way, then I'm not doing it at all, because it's just not how I want to get down. So that's just what it is. That's real, right? Let's see here. Do you get to trade? Okay. Buy the rumor, sell the news, right? Yep. Then right back to the bubbles. Yep, exactly. Divide the lowest for futures. Yep. UPS worries me for the number 60K. I don't know what that means, but okay. I'll look into it though. I've been part of the S4R for about 4 months. I'm liking it. Ace, I appreciate that. That validation, that acknowledgement, that what would you call it? Endorsement. So no, I appreciate that, big dog. So thank you so much. If you ever see anything that I'm doing or not doing, then let me know, because at the end of the day, I work for y'all, but at the same time, I hope y'all understand that I try my best to go above and beyond with whatever those perks say. You get way more than whatever those perks say on YouTube, no matter what tier you're in, for the most part, because I just want it to pay for itself. And the ultimate goal is just to help as many people as I can. So being there, great. I appreciate you. If you want to share the page to help out, great. I want y'all to know that we are a small community, and it's that way because I'm not, you can't find our app. You can't find the Discord publicly. It's not a public thing. So, and that's for control reasons. I don't want a bunch of knuckleheads in our Discord, and I also want to protect the foundation of what we are. So that's just who I am. That's what it's gonna be until something else changes, So hopefully that makes sense. I will say, for those that don't care to join another Discord and not interested in that stuff, then but you're interested in like my plays or my alerts, then there is a view only option of my rapid fire alert channel. That's that link right there. Okay, so you will have access to see. So when my charts pop off, there you go, right? But you won't get much context or anything like that, but you'll know, right? You'll get levels and stuff like that. So it is beneficial, and you can make money by following that link. Nothing's guaranteed, but at the same time, do your own due diligence, and I think it'll work out for you. Shout out to Mama one more time. Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you for taking the time out and going live for us tonight. Really appreciate it. All love, big dog. Thank you for being here. Arlene, much appreciated transparency. Gold in the chat. Let's go. You do go above and beyond. We appreciate you. Thank you, Denise. I see how much you care about the community, man. So, you know how, like, I'm about to get off, but you know how like let's see here. You know how like you feel like you're put somewhere for a reason, and like I feel like, let's say I'm not a millionaire, y'all, and I'll let y'all know that. I'm like I said, I'm transparent, but any amount of wealth, whatever that I gain by like having knowledge in this game, or like building on my trading career, I don't think that's for me, right? I think you know how like you feel like you're positioned somewhere because you're supposed to be there to help others. Like, it's not like my success isn't my success type deal, if that makes sense. I don't know what just happened with my camera, but like my success isn't my success alone. Like, I just feel like I'm supposed to be here, but not like going at it on my own. And I don't supposed to be like necessarily gatekeeping all the information. You know what I mean? I'm supposed to be if I'm here, I feel like I'm supposed to be helping others while I'm here. And I'm a humble dude. I think I do this for the right reason. I know I do it for the right reasons. Doing this brings me genuine joy. When I see, I've had a month, right? I've had a couple months where I've taken an L on my P&L, right? But I see some people that I've helped, and I've seen some people that have taken trades that I've like presented kill the game, and that brought me instant joy. Like the negative P&L didn't even like affect me. Like, so when I know that my heart is in the right place, and I know that somebody else's success feeds me and feeds my soul, like I feel like this is purpose. So I'm doing this because I feel like it's my purpose. I genuinely love doing it. So, and if I am blessed with endless wealth, then great. But I will never forget why I'm here or how I obtained it. You know what I mean? Because I don't think I would be where I am on my journey if I wasn't helping others along the way. Because, you know, you teach others and then you actually learn more, right? So it's kind of like, even though you guys are like, some are paying to be in memberships or discords or communities, it's still like you're paying, but you're also like what I give you, like you're giving me back. You might not know it, but your wins is dope. So you winning is dope for me. You not winning hurts me. That's why when somebody says something about their losses, I step in. If somebody DMs me, I don't ignore it. If somebody's struggling, I find a way to help them out. So, I mean, there's a couple people in here that knows that, you know, I've donated my time to have one-on-ones with people. And I charge $250 an hour. There's no secret behind it. But I've gone an hour plus with several people in this chat because they had a hard time, right? I've written essays essentially in DMs because people were going through a tough time. I want to help and I want you to win. And I'll do anything I can to help. So, but I am also trying to help myself, and I'm also trying to grow as a trader. I am currently on my journey. But as I'm on my journey, for as long as I can help people along the way and not really sacrifice what I'm doing, then great. So that's what it is. Definitely put in position for a reason. I ate off you soon as I joined KGU, no lie. One of the quickest big wins. Hey, shout out to you, man. I love that. He has, and it helped. Appreciate that. All right, y'all. I got to go. I got to put my baby girls to bed. I think I've used up a lot of time already. So Discord members, I will not be able to go live following this. However, tomorrow, everybody remember, it's rapid fire chart analysis live stream that starts at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Please be there. Show up. Share the page. Tell people to turn on the notification bell. I would love to see one of the biggest turnouts on the rapid fire that I've ever seen. It's been a minute, but I'd be super pumped to see a couple hundred people in that stream, if not more. Let's get 1,000. That'd be dope. But yeah, let's make it happen because AI won't care. Right? Enjoy your night. Discord is legit. I'm in it. All right. All love, everybody. Thank y'all so much. This is Dr. Pharrell, Sacrifice for Riches, everybody. Take care.
Yeah. They watch the wins. But never read the margins. Yeah. I learned patience staring candles that don't move. Minutes feel like hours when the discipline's the proof. I don't chase green numbers, I chase clarity and truth. Every loss just tuition for the version never view. I journal every scar, every trade I didn't take. That restraint costs more than the money that I made. People counting profits, I'm accounting for the days where I chose to sit in silence, let the impulse fade, yeah. I've been trading time for skill, not applause. Risking comfort for a future I can stand on and call mine. They confuse motion with momentum, I pause, cause the edge lives where emotion gets declined. I'm rich in the margins, poor in excuses, built this from patience. Overnight illusions, process over profits, the math never lies. You only see the wins, I see the years in disguise. I'm rich in the margins, wealth and restraint, every no trade, put a brick in the frame. If it cost me my peace, I'm declining the game. I don't need to be loud, let the ledger explain. They flex results, I flex routines. Same setup, same risk, same screens. I don't gamble on hope, I position belief. Confidence backed by receipts, they'll never see. Lost friends to the grind, lost sleep to the vision. Lost money learning when, stand down and listen. Funny how the losses sharpen intuition. Now I smell bad trades like it's part of my nutrition. Yeah, I measure growth and consistency. Not likes, not praise, not sympathy. They celebrate moments, I honor frequency. Repetition made me dangerous eventually. I ain't chasing freedom, I'm earning control. Time is the asset, keep selling me short. I don't want the car if it came from my soul. I read on my mind and the things that I own. I'm rich in the margins, poor in excuses, built this from patience. No, overnight illusions, process over profits. The math never lies. You only see the wins, I see the years in disguise. I'm rich in the margins, wealth and restraint, every no trade, put a brick in the frame. If it cost me my peace, I'm declining the game. I don't need to be loud, let the ledger explain. Yeah, they ask how long it took. I ask what they're willing to lose. Yeah, everybody want the outcome, nobody wanna count it. Now the patience paying attention, pounding my reach. Same manual attitude, grounded in peace. I don't rush the moment, I ride when it's time. Cause pressure made diamonds, but timing made mine. I built this brick by brick, trade by trade. Family first, they'll have to carry the weight. If they studying me, tell them study the weight. That's where the difference is made. Yeah, no shortcuts, just alignment. No panic, just assignment. I don't react, I refine it. Execution, no excitement. Yeah. I'm rich in the margins. Let them count the money, I'm counting the seasons. I'm process over profits. If it cost me my peace, I'm declining the reasons. And let the ledger talk. Let the ledger talk.